everybody, this is Bonnie from Bonnie's Creative Place, and I am here with card number 1 for my July online class. I have chosen to do Lighting the Way with for the class this month. All you had to do, you didn't have to order this bundle. You could if you wanted to, if you wanted it to look just like my card, or you can use whatever stamp set you have and you can adapt to it. You just had to buy $50 or more from me by the 14th of July, and then you got the kit for free in the mail. So let's get started. This is a really fun little card. It sits up like this, and I mean, I don't know if the camera is showing it good, and then it lays flat either way to mail into a standard envelope. It can go this way or that way, or you could hand deliver it. I didn't put a thing on the back, but that's where I would put something on the back and put a little address, you know, like where I would sign it to give it to somebody. I thought it was a really fun, different type of a fold card. So I'm going to leave this like this so you guys can see what we're going to be doing. So in your little kit, you're going to get everything to make the little kit, and you got some stars down here. Now these stars were from a old catalog, holiday catalog, I think last year's, and I just cut some up to give to you guys. So yeah, they're not in the catalog to purchase. So if you want to recreate beyond that, I don't think they have any more of these, but any of the little dots or gems or anything like that will work in there. So the first thing that we got here is we've got a standard piece of, this is our base, and this is 5.5 by 4 1/4 in Night of Navy. So that's our base. Then we have 3 different mechanisms. There's one that is 2.5 wide by 5 3/4 long. Then we have one that is 1.5 wide by 5 3/4 long. And then we have one that is 1 inch by 5 3/4. These can actually be any size. You could have 2 this size, you could have 2 this size, and then put this one in the middle. It doesn't really matter how you do this card. I'm not really sure what to call this card. I should let you know that if I will put the name on the screen. I will have to go back and find the video. I found a lady that did it. She did it in like a 5 by 7 or 6 by 6, something like that. It was a bigger card, and I just condensed it down. You can condense it down. This is very easy, or make it bigger. So this is the size, and this is what I did. But I even thought that this would be fun to put this card right here, one of these here and one up here, and put this little 1 inch in the middle and have a lot of fun with it that way. So there's all different ways. You can shorten this, make it shorter, and have several of them just shorter up through. It doesn't matter how you do the card. Now on each one of these, all of these, you are going to score on both ends at a 1/2 inch and 1 inch. And then you're going to flip it, and you're going to score at a 1/2 inch, and then at 1 inch. Okay, at the 1 inch mark. So you're going to score at a 1/2, and then you're going to put it in, and you're going to score it at 1 inch. And you're doing that with all of these, every single one of them. Okay, so let's get started here. Wait a minute, I think I said that wrong. I did say that wrong. Back up. Good thing I noticed this. On all of these, you're going to score that at a 1/2 inch and then 1.5 inch, because you're going to move it to the 1 inch, 1.5 inch mark. So it's a 1/2 inch, and then it's 1.5. And then you're going to turn it, and you're going to score at a 1/2 inch, and then you're going to score at 1.5. And you're going to do the same thing on all 3 of these. I hope that made sense. I will make sure I fix the video. So the easiest way that I found to do this is to put the one on the top and then do the one on the bottom and then put the other one in the middle. So we're going to score these so that it is, you're going to score it down and then up. So it looks like this. I don't know what kind of shape that is, but that's the kind of shape you want on all of these. Okay? So down, and then take this back one and fold it up. I'm scoring it down, and then I'm scoring the back one up. So it just looks like that. And see how they're all looking like this? So we're scoring it down, down. Then we're just taking this back one and we're scoring it up. So this is scoring down, then we're folding the back one up. And then they all look like that. Okay? All right, and then I like to use liquid glue. You could use score tape, adhesive, whatever you want to use on here. I just think that the liquid glue gives me a little wiggle room. Now this bottom one, you have to make sure that it's all the way to the bottom. Because if you don't, then it doesn't sit up like this level. So you want to make sure it's all the way to the bottom. Now I'm going to do one side, then it's easier to do the other side. So then I'm going to do this right here. Put some glue on this one. And then on this one, I'm going to turn it a little bit like this so I can see it better. And this one, put all the way to the top. It doesn't matter if this one's exactly to the top, and I line it up with the edge because you're not setting it up that way. But on this case, I want it all the way to the top. And then I am going to do this one, and I'm also going to keep it in this direction so I can see it a little better. And then I'm just eyeballing the separate, you know, the distance between the two pieces. Oh, see, I touched it too soon. Give the glue a little bit time to dry, but that's a good thing about using liquid glue. You can move it. Okay, and then just give them a nice little press down. Now you can flatten this over and put glue. You could do this and put glue right here on this one, and then just open it right up and line it right up to the one that you have here. And then just kind of hold it, and then it'll sit right back up. Okay, so we're going to flatten it down. Put this down like this. Put some glue on it. Now here you want to make sure you've got your distance still. You don't want to be crazy. I'm just going to kind of line it up here. Make sure I got the right amount of distance from there to there. I could have done the bottom one first, and maybe I should have. Oops. Wow, now I moved it. I didn't let it sit for a minute. This middle one is tricky today. Tricky, tricky. I'll just get some little bit of stuff there once that dries. Now I'm going to turn this back so I can see it. I'm going to lay it flat, lay it like that, and then put some glue on it. I don't need a whole lot of glue because it will stick. And I still kind of like to hold it a little bit just to make sure that it's where it has to be. There you go. Let that sit there for a second. I'm going to get my little goopy eraser thing. I'm not really sure what the name of this is, but it helps remove the... Stampin' Up! Used to sell them a long time ago, and they don't now. Because I had a little bit of stuff there, so... Okay. So we have that. So now we are going to put on the Designer Series paper. You could have done this ahead of time. I don't know. I just like to get them down before I do that. So you need a piece of a DSP, and this is 2.5 by 4 1/4. Yeah, had to make sure I was reading the bigger one on my chart. So yes, so we're going to put 2.5 by 4 1/4. Now this paper was, it's not in the catalog. Have I got this one going the right way? Yes, I did. Okay. It was a celebration, and I'm just using it up. It's by the Biker, not Biker, Journey. I think Enjoy the Journey. Let me get the paper pack. I'm sorry. Yes, Enjoy the Journey pack. So if you have some of this, this is the paper I used. But if you don't have this paper in the catalog right now, there is some paper that has like a outer space. I think it's astronaut type paper. I will definitely put the name because I didn't look it up beforehand. I'm very sorry. And that paper is what I would use if you want to recreate this. They have some awesome sunsets and that would work wonderful for this paper. Now this piece of DSP is 2.5 by 1 1/4. So don't worry about this, writing this down. You got all the measurements in the PDF and stuff for you guys. So for the online class, so if I missed something, double check that just to make sure I'm not saying the wrong numbers or something, because you never know with me. And then we have a little piece of white, and this is for our stamping, and we're going to take basic black, and this just fits on there. And I'm stamping the words, follow your dream. You could put happy birthday here, anything you want. I just wanted to use the stamp set that was in the kit for this one. I thought this would be an awesome if you're going to, ooh, I got a little dark on that end. Didn't realize it. Let me wipe that off. Okay. Let's see. That's better. Yeah, better. But as I was saying, I think this would be a great graduation card for anybody that is going to graduate. Follow your dreams. Maybe you have one coming up or next year, and hand deliver it to them. I mean, got a little too much glue on that. I'll wipe some off. And I just put this right in the center. This could have been a little longer, but I don't know. I like the biggerness up there. Gives it to have the more blue. You could put a piece of Designer Series paper down and then put that on. Okay, so now we're gonna do some die cutting and stamping from the kit. This piece here is for your stamping. I need to grab a scrap piece of paper here. Here we go. And we've got the 2 leaves that are in the kit, and I stamped them in the garden green, and I'm just going to stamp them up here. You mostly need the upper half of it, so it doesn't matter that it doesn't fit the full page. I mean, you could turn them on there so it does, but I just stamp it right down. I gotta fix my stamp here. My stamp, when I pulled it off, it was really stuck, but I'm still using it, and I just haven't called Stampin' Up yet, and they would replace it. I just haven't done it yet. Okay. There we go. So now we have that. So we got that stamping done. And then on this little other piece of white here, I'm going to take the basic black, or basic black, Memento black. I'm going to stamp this up. And I'm going to stamp this right on here, just like so. Close these up. And then we're going to take the Daffodil Delight. We're going to stamp that up, and we're going to stamp right over top of the bees. It's like it's not a bee. I'm going to call this thing a bee probably the whole video. I do not know why. Every time I want to call it a bee. It is a lightning bug. I don't know why. When I was in my workshop class too, I kept telling them the bee, and I'm like, no, it's a lightning bug. So please forgive me if I call this a bee throughout the video. I do not intentionally mean to do that. It's just happening. I don't know why. Okay, so now we're going to do some die cutting. So we can do quite a few of these at one time. Let's see, I got my little thing here. We can do the lantern. That goes on your big long black one. Now I am going to probably use some tape for some of these because they like to move around. And then that one goes over here. Let's see. The wings are on the gray. The fun looking body of this bug is on the black. The body to the bug is on the yellow. So I think all of these should stay in place. Now you'd run these through your Big Shot, and I'm going to run them through my electric machine. So now we got to put a couple things together. We need to bring the yellow back out, and you need you need a 3/4 inch circle punch. Whether you use your circles or punch that you have, whatever, you just that's a 3/4 is what I used. Okay. Now we're going to take and we're going to put this right down here on the bottom of our light. So all I did was I just took and added a little bit of glue to the bottom of this. Just a tiny bit. Of course I want a tiny bit, and now it won't come out. Ooh. Okay, I got a tiny bit. I want a tiny bit of glue. Let me get my mat here. And I just put the edge, the very edge of this right down there at the bottom, and then I just put it on the back side of it so it looks just like that, and then we have it so it looks like that. So that's all I did. While I have this little mat and stuff here, let's put this little lightning bug together. Alright, so we're going to put a little bit of glue right here at the top of the little yellow body. Then I'm going to take and I'm going to add the top of the head of the wings. I guess it's just what they used is what I'm considering like the top part here. And I'm going to place that right down on top of that. Then I am going to add more glue here and a little bit below it. Oops! Caught my finger with some glue or something. Okay. So I got a little bit of glue right there and right below. And then I'm going to line the body right up on top of it. I'll tell you, I'm not a bug person, but man, this bug looks like real. I'll pick it up and show it to you. I really kind of like, ew. I mean, if that landed on me, I know I've caught lightning bugs when I was a kid and it didn't bother me, but nowadays that would freak me out. So I'm just a big baby nowadays, I guess. So now we're going to come over here and I am going to add the lantern. So it is right here at the bottom of the card, and it kind of goes up through. And I am just going to add a little bit of glue. I didn't do a lot at the top because some of that is going to go over onto it's going to hang off up here. So I don't want a lot up there. Yeah. And then I put a little bit there. Because you want your card, you don't want it to stick to the other card. Did I put any glue there? I don't think I did. Yeah, what I did put, it didn't catch, so good. It stayed right on this. I wanted to make sure. I was like, I didn't put any glue up there, did I? And I didn't. So, there. All right. Then I went ahead and did I pop this one up? I did. Okay. I went and took some mini dimensionals. Looks like I'm using the outside. I put some on each of the wings here. Put a piece on this side of the wing. Like that. And I am going to put this down here. Okay. And now I'm going to add these. I don't believe, did I pop any of this up? I don't believe I did. No. Okay. So I'm just going to put this one here, kind of like this. I will end up trimming some of this off as we go. And I'm just using a little bit of glue. You don't need a whole lot. Just a little bit. And I put this down here, like so. Gotta hold it for a second because I don't use a lot of glue, so gotta help it. All right. And then I went ahead with this one, and I kind of had it come up and around. Now, one thing you want to make sure of when you're pushing these cards down, you don't want anything to go past the edges, because if you do, it won't fit in your envelope. So you just want to make sure that you keep everything on so it doesn't go past. So here we go. I like where that's positioned. So I'm just going to add some glue to the top of this. Okay. And then I'm going to place it. It's right about here. Okay. Then I am going to take this one and I'm going to use a big glue dot here. And I'm going to put it right in the middle, or dimensional, not glue dot, it's a dimensional. And I'm going to add him right to this. Then I'm going to flip this over so it's looking like this, and I am just going to trim off the excess of that so it can sit up like that. And then one of the other things I did, like I said, I gave you some of these little black stars, and I put one here. I think I only put 2 on these, and I put one here, but I gave you a little package of them. I may add extra. May add a couple here since we have extra. I'll add 2 there. Yeah. And then there's the stars. Isn't that cool? I really, really liked how this card came together, and I hope you enjoyed this fun fold. So I will be back with card number 2 from our online class.